I had a I had a I had a You show the lights.
Today we have a 2011 Kia Optima SX Turbo. This is actually my dad's car, and you know, it's one of the, I definitely think it's one of the best budget-friendly mid-size sedans for the money. So this is the actual key fob that comes with the car. It's obviously keyless entry, and it's a pretty nice key, and you just slip it right in your pocket, step on the brake, and press the start button. So a couple things that you notice about this car right off the bat is that the suspension is pretty soft. It soaks in bumps pretty well. The turn-in is pretty responsive, but it seems like it's lagging a bit because, let's be honest, Kia was never really known for their suspensions, or their sports suspensions at least. So this car actually comes with stock 274 horsepower from a 2-liter turbo engine. And it actually puts out the 274 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs. The torque is very similar, so the torque is 269 pound-feet of torque, and that comes in at around 1,750 RPMs. And this car actually is one of the, for the performance, the actual output, and the actual rating on the gas mileage, it's pretty good. I compare this mostly to a Volkswagen GTI, which they just tuned to actually get really good gas mileage too. This is an automatic. You have the paddle shifters here, and to be honest, they're plastic and they don't feel too sporty, inspiring. It's just it's got a chrome finish. And that's basically it. This car actually is supposed to go 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds, which is pretty good for a 3,500 pound car, and it's a Kia. Just screwed the tires. So the tires that come on this are really crappy. They're Continentals, and they just really aren't anything to rave about. I'd say the few things to rave about are the panoramic sunroof. Yeah, for $28,000, you get a mid-size sedan with excellent rear space, excellent trunk space. One thing that I can complain about is the actual opening when you split the seats down or fold the seats down. The 60-40 position is actually not so great. The opening is quite small. So a couple things that I love about this car, as I mentioned before, the panoramic sunroof. In addition to that, cooled and heated seats for both the front and for both the driver and the passenger seats. In addition to that, you get in the rear the heated seats as well, which don't come in many cars. That's definitely a perk of this car. Also, the value for $28,000. If you're looking at, let's say, an Audi or any sort of German car or any sporty car, or more sporty classified car, you probably start off at that price, which is, you know, unheard of in this sort of class, where you get, you know, HIDs, you get over 250 horsepower, you get over 32 miles to the gallon in this car on the highway, combined around 25, 26. You know, and you get your Bluetooth audio. The one thing that this specific car does not have is navigation and a rear view camera, which if you actually buy the full package with navigation and everything, you get all of that. The system that is on here is really not, it's really not awful at all. There's not really much that can break in here. There's really just the audio system, and that's about it. So, body roll in this car. So body roll in this car specifically is really bad. Something else that not only myself complain about, for this car, the road noise is actually quite loud. So the sound deadening is really the thing that we're missing in this car. If the sound deadening was a bit better, then I believe this car would probably be closer to $45,000, because quite honestly, this car has everything. It has a pretty jumpy engine. Yeah, it's pretty quick, and that's definitely something that, you know, for an automatic car, the transmission is pretty crap. It downshifts when you want, or there's no sport mode really. The only mode that it has is just put it to the left, and you get to shift the gears yourself with the paddles or with the actual shifter. But yeah, other than that, the audio system's pretty good. With the actual radio on, it's not very good, but if you have a USB port attached to it and you have some good quality coming out, then it's actually pretty awesome. Like I said, HIDs, fog lights, comes with powered seats and the memory for them as well, 2 memory slots, and then it also comes with the home link, so 3 different garage doors you can open, and then this will tell you specifically if you're going east or west, and the auto dimming of the actual the rear view mirror. So yeah, it gets going. I mean, it won't slap you back in your seat, because I believe this car is definitely fueled more for, you know, a little bit of performance and more economy than anything else. But yeah, that road noise is pretty loud. But other than that, it's pretty refined in here. The bolstering, I shouldn't even say bolsterings for these seats, because there really is no bolstering for these seats. You're flailing about, so it feels as if there's tons of body roll here. And I'm just gonna try these downshifts here. See how well. So click, then down, click, then down. It won't. Obviously, I'm at 60, so they won't let me rev down to 2nd gear. But the response isn't that bad. I mean, it won't ever compare to any of the Porsche or the Audi or Volkswagen DSG or dual clutches, but it's definitely a slush box, and man, that's loud. But you can definitely shift the gears. It's not too unresponsive. confidence inspiring. Yeah, for a luxury sedan, this is not bad at all. For $28,000, and if you pick up one of these used, you can probably pick them up right around, I checked cars.com for this in my area, and you can really get this car for pretty cheap. I mean, you're definitely getting your bang for your buck here. You get that 100,000 mile warranty for the 10 years. So, I mean, there's really no way you can go wrong here. I'm just gonna put on my sunglasses really quick. Alright, let's get going. It's not bad. Not bad for a front wheel drive car. Really no torque steer at all. They probably have that wall sorted with the traction control. Yeah, with the traction control off, you really can't tell much of a difference. The only thing you can tell is that, you know, you can sort of make your tires squeal a bit easier. Other than that, yeah, it's a well-sorted car. I mean, like I said, if you're looking for a car that makes you feel good when you turn in, stay away from Kia or Hyundai. I mean, those cars are they're just not good cars. If you are planning to take it to a track day or autocross, or, you know, when you're going on a turnabout or anything like that, these are not the cars you want to buy if you're looking for performance in those areas. If you're looking for performance in a straight line, I'll definitely give this car and recommend it. Mainly because there's no bolsters in this, but you get all those options that you want. You know, and this car, you know, at the limits, you know, you can't really, well, okay, I'm not gonna say you can't get in trouble with this, because you definitely can. I mean, that's way too fast right there. Yeah. This car has slightly under, it's 18,400 miles right now, and this is 2011. And granted, my dad doesn't really drive around too much, so give him credit for keeping this car in really tidy shape. All right, so let's see where this power really comes in at. Feeling of the torque, it's definitely linear, and then you get that real kick when that turbo spools up, and right around between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM, you get that real kick in the face. It's definitely a fun car. I mean, I have to put my hands down to Kia, who are starting to get their act together. They just need to work on a few things with suspension. Other than that, brakes are pretty good. Car's very spacious. Feel nice and open. It's quite airy in here, especially with this panoramic sunroof. Man, that feature is really cool. Yeah, other than that, I cannot complain too much about this car. But if you're a family man and you need to fit 4 grown people, 5 grown people in this car, we'll do it very well. And if you want to throw people back in their seats, you can definitely do that with this car. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. The 270 pound